All right, I just got back from pull apart and I managed to score an amazing deal. But, so if you saw my last video, you saw how I showed how to safe a Tahoe, a hybrid Tahoe, so that you don't get electrocuted by it. If you didn't know, the Tahoes come with a 6-liter LFA engine, aluminum block. It is, this is basically an LS2 with slightly lower compression and a smaller camshaft, I think. And the camshaft may be the same, I don't know. But really sweet deal for an engine. Now, if you think, oh, sweet, I'm going to go out and find me a hybrid Tahoe now so I can get one of these. First off, they're hard to find. I got lucky, but I got the engine. As far as pulling it, it took me a day and a half. I was working by myself, and I didn't know what tools I was going to need. It took me a day and a half. If you know what you're doing and you have the tools, expect to spend all day. And I'm sure there's some GM technician out there who's going to tell me, oh, I can pull these in 4 hours. He's not going to come help you pull this engine. You're doing it. Expect a day and a half, maybe even 2 days. But I'll tell you some tips here that can help you out. Most all the bolts for the mounting and for everything else are 15 millimeter. You will need a 15 millimeter wrench. You will need a 15 millimeter ratcheting wrench. You will need a 15 millimeter shallow socket, a 15 millimeter deep socket, a 15 millimeter shallow wobble socket, and a 15 millimeter deep wobble socket. You want 1/2 inch drive, 3/8 drive, and if you can find 1/4 inch drive 15s, you may even use those. I didn't need them though. There's a bolt. A lot of LS engines have 7 bolts, some have 8. This one has the 8th bolt right here, and you cannot get to this bolt without about 5 extensions, or alternatively, pull off the cylinder head. And even then, it's a turd to get to. The internet will tell you that the hybrid motors don't have a torque converter, and it just splines on, and you can just pull the engine out. No, you've got to. It's like a torque converter. You got to take the bolts off. If you've never dealt with one of these, there's no accessories. There's no alternator. There's no power steering pump. There's no AC compressor, and there's no starter. There was a block-off plate here, and I took that plate off, and that's how I got to the bolts from here. I came in with my impact here, and if you turn the engine to where you can just barely clear this right here with your socket, you can zip the bolts out from the front. And there's, I can't remember if it's 6 or 8. I think it's 6. There's a bunch of bolts that hold that on. I think it's 6. And you'll be in there forever pulling those things out. So all in all, it was a lot of work. There's no accessories. I'm not sure if the accessory brackets here will work with what we're wanting to do. It does have the 243 cathedral port heads, which are the best cathedral port heads. It has the truck intake, which is the best intake. All in all, it's a score, but man, you have got to work for it. If you're working on a truck that's 4-wheel drive, you have to drop the front axle down to get the oil pan to clear. And you go to pull apart and you'll have 100 people stop by and tell you you're doing it wrong. And I had my leveler that I was using to pull the engine, and I use that for all my engines because I can manipulate the engine how I want. And everybody's telling me you need to take that off and use a seat belt. Well, the leveler allowed me to tilt the engine upright, and I pulled the engine almost straight up out. And that's after I got it up high enough to clear the differential with the oil pan. I still had to tilt it up to get it out. You can tilt it sideways sometimes. A lot of guys do that. So yeah, a lot of work. And now I got to tear it down and start cleaning it up.